on Google Play, it's on Tidal. So it's on all the major streaming platforms under The Wait Is Over. So, we try and, distribute it on all of the popular platforms. So anyone can pull it up. I mean, right when it came out, we promoted it pretty heavily. Mm-hmm. We got a really good turnout, for as far as streams go. So, and then slowly we'll be putting out some singles and things. And then like Dash said, we're not sure how long the next project is going to take. We already have been working on the next project. So whenever we think that's going to be complete, and maybe it'll take 3 to 6 months, we're not sure, maybe even sooner, but we want to put out another project that's a progression from this project. So we want to make sure everything's becoming better and better as we kind of progress in our career. So so that should be on the way. Hopefully we'll get something in by summer.
Okay, that's what's up. And are y'all like working with other artists right now?
I mean, pretty much everything that I produce, or pretty much everything Dash writes. I mean, we do some small things on the side, but pretty much everything that we put out is stuff that we work on together. So I'm not really working with any other artists. We don't really work with many other producers.
We don't have many features. We had maybe one. I think we had one feature on our album. This kid Coop. He plays instruments and he sings. But other than that, we like to showcase our talent and what we have. So I mean, we have each other, so we don't really need many features. But we do work with other artists on the side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's up. So with the Grammys coming up on Sunday, have y'all seen the nominations?
I saw a couple of them for like hip hop albums. So I know Kendrick's album's nominated. I know Childish Gambino's is nominated. And then a few others. I'm not sure what the other ones are, but I generally watch the Grammys when they come on. So I don't know all the projects that are nominated right now, but I know Kendrick's is pretty much in the running to take hip hop album of the year.
Yeah. So what was y'all like besides because I know as an artist y'all listen to your music every day, all day before anybody's, but you also listen to other artists. What you think is the album of the year? Like, because Kendrick album was really good. Like a lot of people said that like Damn wasn't as good as Pimp a Butterfly. I feel like Damn was very good. Then you also had Jay-Z 444, where a lot of people felt like, especially the younger generation, felt like it was like old music. But to me, I felt like I loved the album because it taught me a lot. Especially it was like a business album. Like it was like he was teaching you everything, but into music, and like that was dope. And then you also have like these other like albums and stuff. So in the past year, what was like your favorite like album to listen to?
So, I like Jay-Z's 444 album. I thought that was decent. I don't know. What do you think about that album?
I like you said, I like his message, but as far as Jay-Z, like it wasn't really one of my personal favorites. I like like Blueprint. I like Blueprint 3. So as when you like grow up listening to Jay-Z, to me, I didn't really like the instrumentals and the beats on it. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like he was lyrically showing what he could do. He was just pretty much trying to tell a message, I guess. So to me, I wasn't really a big fan of the 444 album, honestly. But I did like a couple songs, and I like the message he was trying to put out there, and showing people, he basically his smarts and what you should be doing in a business. But I really didn't. There's not a lot. I didn't hear a bunch of albums that I liked this year. I'm not really a huge fan of Kendrick, so I didn't really listen to his album. Because I can't listen to a whole album to me of Kendrick, nothing against him, but it's just not, I don't gravitate towards his music, so I haven't really heard any, like this time right now, there's not a bunch of rappers that I like, really like like a lot. You know, like growing up, a whole bunch of rappers, I felt like I couldn't wait for the album to come out. And right now, I feel like it's not at a point where I can't wait for someone's album to come out. Like, I couldn't wait for his album to come out. I couldn't wait for the G-Unit album to come out. I couldn't wait for Jay-Z's album. I couldn't wait for Eminem's album. Like, at that time, Lloyd Banks, at that time, there were so many albums coming out that I couldn't wait to hear, but I don't feel like that right now.
Do you think because of streaming, you think of streaming affected that? Because I remember my first album I ever bought, well, my sister helped me buy, was it was Ludacris, not Back to the Future, but Word of Mouth. That was like my first album, and then I had like 50 Cent album, Get Rich or Die Trying, classic. I had the Eminem show. I forgot which Fabulous album that was, and I had the Trick Daddies, and I had the Pitbull, his first album. Do you think that streaming had an effect on that because of, it wasn't the... Nah, what were you about to say?
Personally, I really don't think it's the streaming. I really think it's the quality of good albums. I just don't feel like people are putting together great albums where you can listen from beginning to end. So, I mean, new artists, of course, they got, I find the new artists out, I found songs that I like. It's very rare that I like, their whole product and everything that they're putting out. I find a couple hits that I like, a couple catchy tunes, but there's no artist to me that are putting out, from beginning to end a great album, except for maybe Drake, Kendrick. Everyone loves Kendrick. I'm not a big fan, but from what I can tell, everyone likes his albums. But other than that, there's not many. J. Cole, if you like that type of music.
I love J. Cole.
Other than that, it's not really. J. Cole, you could tell J. Cole puts in time to make a complete album from beginning to end, and he puts a lot of work in his albums.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't like his last album, which to me, it's not my favorite from his catalog, but it's not, because I guess it's too laid back, because J. Cole's already laid back, but like, for me, my favorite album from him was, what's it called, his second album.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that one.
It was called. It had. Damn. Why did I forget this man second album? But it had Power Trip on it. But the whole album was like great. But I mean, as far as like excitement, I can see what you mean. Like, you don't really look forward to music like how it is. Because for me, I don't think it's streaming. I think it's because a lot of people just come out with music like every 2 weeks. Like when Drake, for example, when Drake came out with his joints last week, I was excited because one, I ain't heard from Drake in like it was like what, months. We ain't really hear from Drake before he dropped his that 2-track EP. And I'm like, this boy, he ain't really lose nothing. And like, for me, honestly, like speaking on Drake, when Drake first came out, I loved that Drake. But it was someone I couldn't really listen to all the time. Like, I like, I'm a laid back person, but I'm still from Miami, so like, I like that upbeat tempo music, especially, playing sports, working out and things like that. Yeah. If I'm with my girl, or if I'm just by myself, just riding and stuff, and like I need a moment, I listen to Drake. But Drake, I'm not gonna, play him straight. Like when I'm at the gym, like I listen to like a Meek Mill, I listen to a old Pitbull, or I listen to like old Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z, my favorite album from Jay-Z is the Black Album. Like stuff like that. But yeah, I get what you mean. Now AF as a producer, like, do you have that same? Do you feel the same? Like do you not look for new music, or you still get a little excited about it?
So, I mean, I was always really excited to hear like Drake's projects. Like I always thought, like even from Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and then what was the album right before that one? I can't remember the name of that one. Thank Me Later.
Thank Me Later was a classic.
Yeah, I just was always like those were really definitely big influencers on me wanting to get into music production because I thought that the way that all those tracks were recorded, the way that the music was made, and a lot of that was attributed to 40, but so more from a producer standpoint, I liked those old albums because of the way that they were produced. I thought that they were all produced like really, really well. Everything kind of molded together, so you could tell it was like a complete thought out project. I mean, with producers nowadays, I mean, a lot of like the hot tracks that are out. So you got like Gucci Gang from what's his name, whatever that kid's name.
Little Pump, and you know what's crazy? I didn't even know Little Pump was from down here. He's from Miami. Like it's these new artists that's coming out. They're from Florida, and I'm like, I don't like. It's like I guess because I'm getting older, but then at the same time, like I look at the old Gucci Man. I'm like, I'll still listen to the old Gucci Man. But like Little Pump and them, like they have to grow on me, like they have to like. But I still wouldn't like with them. I can't listen to a whole album. Like
no, impossible. Yeah, they got like one or two tracks. You're like, oh yeah, you can hear that in the club. You can hear that out. Like you can play that at a party or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's something you're gonna turn in your car and play for 2 hours a day. Like it's not. Like a really crafted out music that you could tell someone put time into.
Yeah.
Someone probably made that beat on Fruity Loops in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They got an 8/8, they got a bass drum, a snare, they found a sample, and they gave it to Lil Pump. He put a little catchy thing on it, and boom, you got this. Obviously the Gucci Gang track is huge. I mean, probably a million song, but I mean that's like how a lot of the music is now. It's just like finding like some catchy little wave, you get a buzz off this one song, and 2 years later, these artists fall off. So there's not a lot of people that create great work and stick around. I feel like a lot of music now is just these like, I'm trying to think of a word.
Wonders.
Yeah, pretty much wonders, and they're fast. Yeah, it's just fast music. So what's the cool sound for next week? Well, maybe it's one of these weirdos, one of these mumble rappers, as they call them, they'll come up with something that'll pop, and then 2 years later you won't hear anything from these guys.
Exactly.
So, that's just not the kind of music that we want to come out with. I mean, we want to create, hits, stuff that you could, you have at parties, you can hear in a club, but we also want to have like music that, you can put an album on in your car or you're at home and just really listen to it and be like, man, this is like, really well thought out project, so. But people have their preferences. I mean, people like Lil Pump. People like these guys like that. So you can't, they're grinding, they're doing their thing, so you can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But, everyone's got their own wave, so.
Yeah, man, because I have a few more questions about y'all particularly. Only ones I really listen to, honestly, in the new wave, like one of my, because I work, with kids, and one of my kids, she's in high school, and she wanted me to listen to XX Tentacion. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, he's one of them new cats that like I listen to an album because he's kind of different. He's weird.
I listen to him too.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like he don't bore me. Like he's like he may look crazy, but he's very intellectual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard his first project he put out, and I turned it on. And I was like really surprised by the way it sounded because he had like a lot of like acoustic guitar, like electric guitar. Like it didn't sound like what I was expecting it to sound like. So it did interest me, the way that he kind of formulated that project because I thought it was going to be just a bunch of like, just a bunch of amp tracks.
Yeah, like loud stuff.
Not at all.